Our Christmas project, we are going to make a cardboard snowman tag. And it's super easy, just need some pieces of cardboard. These are about 6 inches wide, and it'll vary on the length based on how big you want to make yours. I'm probably going to do mine right around 7 or 8 inches tall. You'll need a water bottle, and, just keep maybe 3 or 4 there. And, of course, paint to do your snowman. The first thing you want to do is you're going to just dampen this with your water bottle so that you can pull off this one layer on the front of the cardboard. We don't have to get it too wet because we want to conserve this back side as our solid side. This will give us texture for our snowman. And since this side has print on it, I don't want that print on there. I want the corrugated that's on the inside. Corrugated meaning when you look down through it, you see the little holes and so forth. We want to just remove this top layer only. So once you get your corner going, it'll peel back. And usually you can get it going all at one time. You might have to do it little by little, but most of the time when you get it damp, it'll give itself because it's just glued on there anyway. And that's what we're after, is this textured corrugated look. So I have my corrugated showing here, and there's my backside. It's smooth. This will be my snowman, and I have this small piece if I need it. I'm going to take one of the solid pieces, preferably this short wide one, and this is going to be my background. I'm going to use Avocado by Americana to give it that old-fashioned green rustic look. Now before I start painting, I'm going to go ahead and shape this into a tag. So I just want to take off my corners. I'm going to mark it so that they're kind of somewhat even. But I want to make it more like a tag. So that looks pretty good. And I can always smooth that off and shape it up better. Just a pair of scissors is all you need. And this was inspired by a lady I watch on Facebook who is Grace and Tattered Lace. And she has been doing these Christmas tags. Remember, cardboard is wood as well, so you definitely get a lot of bang for your buck. And with all the cardboard that we get from stuff that we've ordered and it comes in, it's another way to really benefit and get some real neat Christmas decor going and not having to worry about having a wood surface or anything. Just make it neat and cute. And as you can see, cardboard soaks up paint, move real swift, and get that surface covered in just a jiffy. Now I need to cut this down for my snowman. So since my tag is only yay big, I need my snowman to be yay big. So cut a piece here, see how tall I want him to be. I think that's going to do it right there. Be about right. So you can kind of curve him in if you want to. Him white, and with corrugated it's going to be a little tricky, but they're a little bit wet. So I want his hat at least the length of his body. And then his brim needs to be a little bit longer. Good. His hat. I'm going to paint those black. I've got me a couple of buttons that I'm going to put on him. These are the yellow. These come from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to take my paint marker and paint them so that they are black. Now he has little buttons. So we need our sanding pad that will smooth off our tag here. Just kind of, well, you may have trimmed it like I did, and just have some little ridges to it. You do all your pieces like that. Put him where we want him. Put his hat on. I'll leave it up just a bit. Different ways. Okay, I have a little bit of red here. I want to put that about his neck area. That just right there. And you can kind of glue it to make it flow the way you want to. That's what I'm going to do. It takes just a dot. So it's kind of down here. And then let's put his buttons on. Now we need to give him a personality. We got a little bit of greenery here we can put up here on his hat. Just put that there. Add some berries up here. Those berries. Let's give him some eyes. Get some paint on it. And we can do a smile. Don't need too much of a piece. You can make this corrugated if you want to, but I'm going to say this might be more than enough for his nose. And I can do this, a handy dandy marker. Can't live without my markers. I do not know what I would do without a Sharpie marker in my life. I don't know what I would do. Super fast to do this. Love it. Done. Literally a spot of glue on there. There we go. He's looking so dapper. Take and paint him out some trees over here. And we can easily do that with some green. Some in this lid. And you just come out. And we'll put some details. But just do a V. Brush. See what I can do here. A marker would be even better. Now we need to give it a trunk. Added a little bit of brown there, but it's not very dark brown. I'm going to take my black and I'm just going to kind of just make a in there. Get some darkness. Looking a little better. We could put a star on the top. I wish I would. Really dark. Don't look even better. Okay, I found me a little gold button. That looks so perfect there. So I'm going to put that gold button. That'll finish off his scarf so it looks more complete. Now, to really make him pop, let's make him a tag. Because you know no craft of mine is complete without a craft tag of some sort. Don't need it too big. We want it to go up here where I'm going to put a bow. Just make it smaller. And crinkle it up a little bit. A little bit of blush. Give our snowman a little bit of blush on his cheeks. Because it's corrugated, it doesn't show up as good. We're still working on him. We got to get him to look just right. Try a little bit of G-twine up there with his hat. Try to do a bow. I always do. Put a little knot in it and then just keep sliding it, working it till I get it like I want it. Now, it looks good with it frayed, but it's too long. Now, to help my little tag, I've got a piece of fabric. That way it won't blend in so much with all the craft cardboard and darkness of this project. So I'm just going to glue that paper. I got burr on it stamped, and that will help me shape it into a proper tag for our snowman. And another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put his burr right there on his hat, I believe. But I want to trim back some of the fabric to show. Still want it to have a tattered tag look to it. Glue that right up there. I like that. That's looking much better. I have took gold, Inca gold metallic, and trimmed around the outer part of him. And you can put a hole there with a bow. And I'm just going to take my crocodile punch, find about midways. So now we have his hole up there for the tag part. I had the smallest piece of ribbon left over from a spool, and because too big of a ribbon on this for a messy bow would be trimmed off and wasted, so I'm just going to cut it into 4s, and I've got me a little pile of just little pieces of fabric that I've had left over. So I'm just basically going to stack it, and then I've already put me a piece of G-twine up there as a tie, but of course I gotta have one for the bow. So I'm just going to lay these little strips crisscrossed across here and try to get them more centered as I do this G-twine. Starting out with the X is going to be the best. Keep on running. That one's going to way. Oh, this way. Put another piece of this on there. Take a little piece of that because I'm going to put a nap of fabric. Then you do this one on top. And very carefully we can tie this up. Try to get them all stay together. Okay. Just put glue on it instead. Here in the corner. Just need a little bit of water on that G-twine to tame it. There we go. That looks better already. Let's top it off with a little gold bell. You'd almost think that bell would be too big, but believe it or not, it is the perfect size for this project. That's all it needs is that little bell right there. Some Aleene's True Snow. I don't know if you've ever tried this product. It is very sticky and it takes a dab to do it. You don't necessarily have to have a paintbrush. And I mean, this stuff, it just takes a little bit. So if you wanted to go on his hat and make it like it's snowing, you could put some down here on the ground. And it's like a paste, and you can do dimensional with it, dimensional layering, almost like plaster. And once it dries, and then it's permanent, and you want it to pile up, you just have to really truly just kind of dab it, and don't be, if you pull on it, it's going to work just like paint per se, but it's not. You can trust it is not. See where I've got white on those limbs, you can put some white on your tree. Looks like it's snowfall on it. And then you can put some on his hat. You just have to really practice using it to figure out how to use it. And then you can put stuff like on the greenery and things like that, make it look like there's snow on there. The berries. Some of these already have some of that on there. Put some on the other side of him. Like snow. And I'll put a link down below if you'd like to get some of this Aleene's True Snow. And like I said, you can do some dimensional stuff with it. And it builds, it like is textured and lays up. You could, not like when you put paint with baking soda, but more like textured plaster. And it will stay on you unless you wash it off real good. So make sure you use soap and water. And if you have stuff that has this on it, don't wash this down the sink. Make sure you throw it in the trash and dispose of it, because it will clog it up and you will have to replace it, because it stays, it's permanent. And it doesn't, but it can be washed up with soap and water. So you want to move swiftly on that. And like I said, just practice with it. As you can see, I'm trying to work it myself, because it takes just a little bit of finessing to figure out how to use it properly. It only takes a little bit. And it's different than the other ones. You got some that do even more of a pile than this one. And you just have to work with it and figure out which one you like the best. And I have a bunch of that, so I got plenty I can use. You just put you a little bit of snow on there. And it just looks different. You can even look at it and tell that it's just different. It has like a texturedness to it.